Hello, hello, hello. I just went viral. I just went viral. If you can call it that. So, what I'm going to do is read my first viral video's comments. Um, I got 10,000 views on one video I posted, and this is the largest amount. I'm going to definitely do 10,000, 100,000, and 1,000,000 uh, comment review, and this is the first of the others. I may do 10 million. Let's see if we get there. So let's cut the short shit short. Let's get to the comments. See what people wrote under my first viral video. Ooh. Now the video was for Brandon Marshall of I Am Athlete. I checked him, letting him know that it wasn't cool to laugh at the plight of others who you broke bread with in the past. So people were taking heed and commenting for that. I had several comments, and I really appreciated all of them. So let's go over it. It was Daniel Banda who commented, "Agree with you 100%." I thought the same thing when I saw it. I feel like B. Marsh should have shouted out the Pivot podcast from the beginning if those guys are really his brothers. Fred and Channing were really positive towards I Am Athlete on their debut episode. So, you know me, I gave them a thumbs up and a heart. It said under that comment there, Colin James said, and they shouted out I Am Athlete on the first episode, and they both said they wished it nothing but success, and they wouldn't have mind being a guest in the future. He was green for that. I won't call him names, but I did. Or disrespect him, I might have, but that was totally sour, like a Sour Patch Kids. Antonio Brown made B. Marsh really look stupid. IMO. So next was a Danny Vinicius who commented, "I saw that and would agree it was very disturbing to say the least. It just seems strange that he hasn't mentioned them at all. They, the Pivot Podcast, did an excellent job addressing the situation on their first show. I still support both shows, but he definitely got the side eye when he laughed. It seemed immature." Definitely. And there were three comments to go with it. Nothing wrong with laughing. We all laugh because it was awkward. I didn't see anything sinister. It was just a show, bro. At 8 minutes and 42 seconds, it's not that serious. Why the lady had to be a bitch cooking tacos on the street? Uh, what did she do to you? It's interesting watching a black man try so hard to be pro-black for 9 minutes, then watch him trip over himself at the end cause he got all in his feelings. Stop putting celebrities on a pedestal. You're setting yourself up for disappointment. No one knows what really happened between those guys. Maybe he found his closure with the situation and doesn't want to reopen that wound. Sorry, Danny. That comment was addressed to our oh so eloquent speaker. It was not meant to be a response to your comment. I am the eloquent speaker, and I appreciate the thoughtful words. I did respond to him, and I said, "Thank you for your comment, even though I'd hope you would have had a standalone comment because this needs to be seen and addressed." Yes, I was out of line speaking about the woman who is only trying to create a happy life for herself and her family. This is not the first comment to mention it, so I know it caught the ears of hundreds. I can't lie and say I don't use that word, but because I do, and others like it, I be cursing like a sailor sometimes. but I use, you know, cultural slang and reference. Um, but anywho, I can't lie and say I don't say that word because I do, and others like it. I'm far from perfect, but with the help of others like you and me checking each other, we can make the change we want to see. Thanks again. Really? Was I a politician at that point? I might have been. I might have been. All right. Next comment was made by Two Kelly Kelly. I personally think he's upset because he knows they carry the show. Along with Ocho, Channing, and Fred knew their worth. Them two and Ryan are killing it on the Pivot podcast. Um, Now, another Stephen Singleton said that just shows most of the time he's putting on for TV. And Sharina Bell said, yes, they are killing it. April LaShawn said, Brandon Marshall in that moment showed us the IAA brand is all about him. His ego will not allow anyone else on that podcast to have a voice. His insecurities play out on every episode. He is no Oprah, nor is he Barbara Walters. He lacks the emotional control to ask a guest a question and listen to the answer. There's no coincidence. Silence and listening contains the same letters. Ooh, what? I ain't even. Ooh, ooh, I ain't even. Ooh, okay, you done hit me with the think. Silent and listening contains the same letters. Drop a clue bomb for that one. Brandon Marshall is incapable of doing both. Oof, incapable. Yikes. Strong words. Wow, I agree from the start. I felt B. Marsh was that kid that all the shine, that needed all the shine and will step on anyone, including his wife, for it. Yikes. Threw the wife under the bus. Uh, let's see. So now we go to Biggie the Kane Corso. He said, well said, bro. Each show is fire, but you're right, bro. I feel B. Marsh' wife put this shit in his head to branch off of some shit. A podcast with AB. B. Marsh couldn't even handle AB on the show. Couldn't even answer AB's question straight. Beat around the bush the whole damn time. Can't fuck with the fake. This is true. I made a reply to this as well, saying this is perfectly said, because it uses profanity. And the points AB made is the next video I'm uploading today, which I already did, which should be available to all of my looking parties. So great points Antonio Brown made, and definitely looking forward to the conversation that those points brought up because it needs to be had. And we got Ralph Miller III, the trifecta. Yeah. Fred and Channing is living in Marshall's head rent free. They have a place there. They don't pay no rent. DeQuincy Alexander said he doesn't have to say anything. I don't understand how people say this and that like they doing everything right. The Pivot is fire. I watch both podcasts. They good on both ends. Okay, few comments under this comment. Tall and Opinionated said he should have shouted them out. There's nothing to showing love to people who were instrumental in helping him build IAA. He goes back to say he posted them on IG and shared their first video on his story. I also added to the mix. I was happy we were commenting. I said I didn't know he made that post, and many others didn't either. Keep that same energy with positivity on every platform. So definitely, if he posted it on there, don't laugh when you get on your own show. Um, that's when Tall and Opinionated gave me a standalone comment of, I agree 100%. I was disappointed in Brandon. It's like somebody, mama. Anyway, Shane K said, 100% agree with your position. Fred and Channing and RC made the smart choice. B. Marsh totally lost it with AB. Doesn't listen and interrupts nonstop. He's more concerned more concerned with his point of view. He doesn't listen. I hope the pivot blows up and keeps rolling. I also commented behind this. I said he was definitely looking for content quotations clips. I use the dollar sign as the S for clips instead of an unbiased, free and open space on that platform. So definitely wanted to make mention of that because he was going down that path. Colin James said, I agree 100%. But when he said, I want to know what was your mental mind state, the first thing I thought was my dog Freaky Fred. And I must have said, what is your mental mind state? So he thought of Freaky Fred, which he said some things that, unique and pretty funny. So I'm glad he was entertained by that. And Gloria Banner said, I had to go back and look and see what you were talking about, and you were so right. That slid right past me. However, I love both podcasts and hope it continues to thrive. But that was a bit low and stage left. Yet Fred and Channing paid the utmost respect and in a classy fashion, Romanish. Um, it it's all good though because he can smudge them off all he wants to because without all of them this idea brought to life might not have been. I'm glad Chan was natural and didn't co-sign Chad, excuse me, didn't co-sign on the snickering. He said, love that Chad appeared on the pivot, and Fred said that he would come back as a guest. Proud of Chad. Yeah, me too. It must have been. This is comments under the comment. Alright, sorry. So, Dwayne uh, Beedman said he loved that Chad appeared on the pivot, and Fred said that he would come back and guest. Uh, Nat- Nessa uh, Wansley said, I'm proud of Chad. And Dwayne responded to Nessa saying, yeah, me too. It must have been hard, but he supported his boys, and that was real stand up in my book. In mine as well. He was there showing no favoritism. All right, so we got the next one. First of all, I don't think it's that serious. It's definitely caught me off guard, and it was weird for him not to just acknowledge them like it's beef now. But I just think he ain't know exactly what to do in that moment. Okay, I can understand that, and hit him with that thumbs up and love it, love it. We have Darren Boutte. He said, Brendan on the first things first, and also said the reason why he left the cause was getting too corporate for him. Reason why he made IAA, and now he's going back because the success of Fred and Chad, excuse me, helped him. The pivot talked about real mistakes in life and make sure everyone is accountable. But Brandon don't want that. He wants love and flashy things. And what the saying. All right, I'll give you props for. Okay, this is another. Uh, Glenn Gowell said, "I'll give you props for going viral with just 34 subscribers." What? No shade. This is legendary. I agree with you. Uh, they can remain friends and still be in competition. That is. So I responded back to him and said, "Thanks so much for your view and comment slash compliment. I could really use your sub. I've already subbed your page. Interesting content." And he responded back saying, "Respect." All right. Gaines Train said, "I caught that too when I watched that episode. B. Marsh himself states that he is messy and petty. He just does it with a smile. But in all seriousness, IAA went downhill when they took the sponsorship from NASCAR show, and I skipped and disliked all of those episodes because I don't care about no white boys in their race cars. But at the same time, NASCAR is long money, and I Am Athlete is Brendan's actual company and copyrighted brand and facility, so he had the right to do with his business what he wants. Because at the end of the day, the IAA show is great, but it's his actual company first and long before it was a podcast name. Unfortunately, Channing and Fred didn't like the direction Brendan was going with the NASCAR shit, and I failed them because I don't either. But I still watch and support both when it's our culture on the shows. The NASCAR ones, I skip. And that was pretty good. All right, Ebony um, Carnage said, "From day one, Fred and Channing said nothing but respectful things about the split. In that moment, he lost me. It wasn't a good look at all." We have dot 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 said, "The Pivot podcast, a way better podcast," and I mean it's really good. Um, King Based said, "You talking straight facts? Damn, 10,000% agree. That show not even the same without Ocho, Chan, and Fred, a bunch of random ass guests now." I'm pretty sure Rico Rhodes said, "I'm pretty sure he shouted them out on IG when the podcast first debuted." And this has some replies to it underneath it. And D Hoodie said, "Shout out on his show is greater than IG." James Harris said, "Doubt it. He's a diva. He has a lot of lady in him." We don't know what that means, but maybe. I also commented to this saying, "Keep the positive vibes throughout all platforms," because I've said that before and I wanted to keep the same energy. Damn, it's almost 20 minutes. What have I been doing? Reading slowly? Dang, I feel like I can read. I've been educated. All right. My Davis said, "I noticed that, but I didn't think it was that deep. It seems as if it was nervous laughter, like it made him uncomfortable." Shaq Jack the trucker said, "This is so true though, bro, because on Pivot they shouted them out." Jermaine Walton said, "I'm Athlete fell out when they started the NASCAR series. Brandon really don't represent black people like that. Yikes." Uh, Love Fest for DP said, That was the sound of a hurt dude. Mad Man John said, absolutely agree with your opinion. 4 100s emojis. The one Bull 50 said, yo, I feel the same, and I have only watched 2 episodes since they changed, and I had to go find out that the original crew split up. It's not as good, first off. Second, it showed who's at fault for the BS. Fuck, I am athlete, and you'll see that people stop fucking with them. Yikes. The numbers are a little low. I think I saw that compared to Pivot, which is really taking off. But all right, Dorilia 51 said, I think Brendan Marshall has. Oh, excuse me. Brendan Marshall had his 5 minutes and wasted it. Let's move on. And then Lena T commented under it saying, is this in the words of Miss Misha IMO? So, IMO is something else, I guess. Anyway, I didn't see that episode, but if it went down like you said, he was wrong. Brandon was wrong. Yikes. Brandon. That was a clever punch. And we'll go with Jared Smith said, preach, bruh. Charles Hall said, I peeped it. It's solely about ego with him. Seattle Boxing Talk says, big facts. Mike One said, the pivot is a lot better to me. Hopefully they won't do commercials. And underneath that, Robert Anderson said, hell, it's already commercialed. They're on YouTube, bleep out curse words, which they do, which helps them reach a larger audience because they are trying to give game to not only adults but children as well. And I can understand why they do that. So, Byrus Harvey commented, I also caught this. I was just wondering if someone was going to comment on this, which I did. Nicola 33 said, I unsubscribed, yes, and I am proud. Wow. Robert Anderson said, bruh, why did you give the Black Queen a stray bullet at the end of the video? Come on, man. And then underneath that, it said, Game Train said, laughing my ass off. Yeah, he did. You giving donations to some bitch selling fish tacos on the street? Game Train. Oh, bro, that was hilarious, man. God. Even if I said it, reading it makes it hilarious. Um, I commented below. I said, thank you for this. Though passionate, I might have gotten carried away, and like you said, hit her with a stray. I myself am not above correction, and I'll try to stay centered and focus on my aim. Curtis Elson said, T.O. said that B. Marshall is full of shit. Pivot is starting out great. Endless Forgiveness said, hand raises, hand raises. Mario Reed said, LOL, yeah, I seen that shit. Brandon Sanchez said, B. Marsh looks greedy as fuck. His ambition will be the downfall of IAA. Underneath that comment, Um, Sharina Bell said, "You are right about what he did. We as black people do this to each other all the time. It's so disappointing, but it's not surprised he has to be the center of attention. He should have shouted them out. His actions was immature. They will be just fine. I have subscribed to their channel. Some people are greedy, and it's not just money. Mm. Greedy for attention. Dang, I am going far longer than I thought I would have to. All right, as much as reading out loud, you read out loud, it's kind of whatever. All right, Biggie the Kane Corso said, "True. I also feel B. Marsh' wife is in his ear and runs shit behind the scenes. She's the genius you can see in IAA last show with AB. He couldn't keep the show together, and AB put him in check. It ain't checkers." uh, RC head honcho responded to Biggie the King Corso, said AB ran all over him because he knows Marshall got no real rank. He is unofficial, and that he said that there was no OGs. And Brandon said, "I was trying to be your OG," and he said, "Were you? You wasn't trying to be no OG, bruh." All right, we're getting to the end of it now. Let's hurry. Uh, Chris Washington said, "Message." Wilson said, "I seen it." James Seals said, "Adding this comment to add to the conversation." Corey Burlett said, 100. And um, Duality Unlimited said, "I don't know why this weirdo populated in my feed. Why should Brandon promote two dudes who jump ship? Your love supporting disloyalty. When they launched the pivot, Brandon shouted them out on IG. Weird narrative from weird people." Wow. Few comments under that comment. He was talking about me. So, Me Davis said, "How do you know they jumped ship?" It sounded more like a mutual decision because they had different visions. It was awkward when she said the word pivot, and I think Brandon was too uncomfortable. You're right, he doesn't need to say anything, but it would have been nice if he had. Stunnerman 221 said, "You talking like you're on the inside. Jump ship." Laughing emoji with the tears down my face. Robert Anderson said, Mia Davis, disloyal? It's disloyal when people want to be a boss like you. Make it make sense, slave master. oh, oh my God. I also commented on this, and this is the last comment. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for all the views and the comments. I really appreciate it. It says on this one, "Thanks for commenting and looking at the video. We may have differences in our opinion, but it's about the conversation. So thanks for being the first comment." It's all love. All right, so thank you all for bringing me viral. This is a wonderful feeling, and hopefully, I can continue snowballing downhill like we having fun in winter sports. Deuces.